Okay, guys, let's get back to work here, and but let's help out. Other night, last night I was watching E. Okay, there's lots of things on TV, all right, and some things I won't watch. You look at it and okay, this is all the stuff that they're putting in there, and you, as an is an intelligent person, I realize okay, this is people's marketing niche, and this is there they put people, and it's very it's very difficult for someone who's intelligent because they're humble. Okay, to understand people that are arrogant that perceive themselves as intelligent. Okay, it's very hard. Um, uh, it happened to me. It's happened to me my whole life. It's why I rejected most intellectual endeavors. Um, when my family ended up in Sierra Vista, Arizona, it was very difficult for me to deal with a lot of those people there because I wouldn't think like them. I don't do things like them. I wouldn't. I'm not an extremist, and so I wouldn't. As far as the stem cell research and replicating stem cell research and stuff like that, um, uh, it's not that oh my gosh, this is earth changing, earth shattering, blah blah blah. It'd be something that because it's stuff that Elon Musk is doing with the cars and everything like that. A man named Nikola Tesla was doing, almost 100 years ago, a long time ago, right? All right. And it's cutting edge technology, but it was shelved by people that looked at it and said, no, see, you can't make any money off of it. What will happen is it'll eventually replace the combustible engine, which requires a lot of resources for this rich person and that rich person. So put a lot of people out of business and do so. Their thought process was competitive and excessive and compulsive, and so when someone came up, they challenge themselves and come up with this quote better idea. When someone comes up with it, it's too good of an idea because it will put the rest of us out of business, and then we won't be able to exploit and extort, and then when you have someone intelligent like Krishnamurti talking to those kids at that elite school in India, with respect and empathy, okay. And it's like, well, and the little girl, well, if I treat them with respect and that much respect and empathy, they won't be servants anymore. And he's like, right. That's the whole point. That's what we're trying. That's what uh, an intelligent. He's not talking about being an intellectual. He's talking about being a humble, good person. That's what he talks to these kids. So it's like, just be more concerned about being a humble and a good person. Okay? Don't be concerned about competing and outmaneuvering other people. Information, when manipulating matter, okay, has been available to us for, how many years did they shelf Tesla's vehicle? And then my father-in-law, Peter Favre, who was a nuclear engineer. Okay, we had these conversations. I would sit there and say, "No, they have the stuff to do this with the solar energy." Because I sit there and explained it to him. I said, "No," I said, you know, "No, Dad." I was sitting there telling him. He goes, "No, my boy John Draper in the service. Okay, aunt lives in Prescott, Arizona. Okay, John's from Michigan, and he, she moved to Arizona, which happens a lot. A lot of people move to Arizona from Michigan because it's cold and they want to be warm, and it's more dry and it's more comfortable for them after especially when they're poor and it's difficult to live in Michigan. So she buys this house. She has this friend that does this stuff, and she puts solar panels on it, and they're these really good made solar panels, and she literally and I sit there and explain, and John explained it to me. He goes, she gets paid by the utility company, which John Peter Fabre worked for as a nuclear engineer. She gets paid and she pays her bills and stuff by producing enough electricity from the solar panels to pay all her bills and pay for the house and stuff. And he's like, no, that's not true, or all blah, 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 right? And I'm like, no, he ain't even making this shit up, right? Okay. Now, okay, we know this stuff is true. And then I said the same thing about the Tesla. I sat there and I said the Tesla is got shelved and is oh, that's that conspiracy stuff of all you liberals. And no, you can't come up with a car that can do what the combustible engine does and blah 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 blah. It can't happen. I'm a nuclear engineer. You're just talking gibberish, and that's more of that conspiracy, left side conspiracy theory that the conservatives. And I'm like, Dad, no, I'm not saying. I'm just saying eventually we will, go from this combustible engine that's causing this to cleaner and be able to move it, and the same. Greenspan's an idiot, and I'll tell you why, right? And so when some people have better forms of faithful relative communication, like that gentleman yesterday at Lowe's, okay, the philosopher, okay. Now, philos is the ego trapping the infinite essence, the soul, okay, which can be scientifically studied. And then, whoa, he's right, okay. It's real simple, okay. There is no possible source or containment than infinite essence. Okay, let's not get into the linguistics. Let's just put it that way, infinite essence, because people corrupt the word infinite glory. Okay, so it's an infinite essence. Okay, let's not call it glory. Let's say because then you get Andrew Womack sitting there. Well, God created it. It's like, God damn it, you can't make up your own God, asshole. Okay. A human being sitting there playing with us. That's why my grandpa killed God at 15, because God was an asshole. Okay. And did you get that? And it's like, no, okay. It's an infinite essence. And what is required for our physical existence through the life of sacrifice, through sexual reproduction, okay, is understanding the natural laws provided by the infinite essence for us to have life. Okay, do you understand? And so that's what's being discussed in the Bible, but the people that write it down, okay, aren't as humble and as intelligent as myself and Judy Krishnamurti or D.T. Suzuki, okay? They will turn it into possessive pronoun first person that their ego takes over, okay? Like a philosopher, okay? And philosophers don't want to talk to you the moment you sit there and say, well, the truth is that the life is eternal and the grace is and it's infinite and the source is infinite. That's the truth. Okay. And then in order to maintain what is necessary for our eternal perception through the soul is to have faith in the infinite essence. Faith meaning you understand a humble understanding, right? Okay, so when I was watching this stuff with the Kardashians, I was the Obamas, and Obama's an elitist, and like with Amy comes from what he would consider a trailer trash girl who went to a Job Corps in Mississippi and then was sexually assaulted by aggressive, uncouth black people. Okay. This is Barack Obama's perception, okay? And Barack Obama comes from better people than that, okay? And he's an elitist. And my mom had some of these issues, okay? My dad is more the Andrew Womack possessive pronoun, taking the ego and turning God into a possessive pronoun, okay? The Jesus that my dad believes is God is not Jesus of Nazareth. It's my dad, okay? I don't believe I'm God because God's omnipotent and omnipotent. So the Jesus that I believe in is the eternal spirit of a faithful Father that teaches me to be humble and have faith in infinite glory. Okay, so I don't believe Jesus is God and I don't believe I'm God. God's omnipotent and omnipotent. I am a human being because God is the infinite essence. I haven't turned God into me. Okay, do you understand? So let's stop this one. I'll go do my chores and we'll come back and we'll get this done. I got a lot of cleanup to do. I'm tired of being abused. And I tell them I'm not going any further. teaching your technology to be better than you. And this is very serious. Okay. I love you.